What's going on, YouTube? This is Bull for Anime Royalty Radio, and tonight on our game section, we're going to be talking to you about quite a few things. We're going to kick it off here with a little review. Me and Juan have a little bit of time in Returnal, and I've kind of really been wanting to talk about this one because it is a beautiful game, and not just in look and feel, but it really highlights the Are we doing the thing?
We're doing the thing. The features on the PS5, yes.
It really, like, the DualSense, I have yet to see. I think this is probably one of the best
I don't care
showcases
if you
of
stood
the
out in the
DualSense.
rain. You haven't felt the rain until you felt it through a PS5 controller.
To be honest, you're not wrong. It was kind of cool to actually feel it. You're
Right.
not wrong. You're not wrong. That was actually cool.
I mean, the rain and just like the way your guns work, like you getting that tension at the halfway point and breaking that tension, switching to your alternate fire.
Yeah, that threw me off because
It's something you gotta get because
it
messed with
doesn't
me
suck
first.
at all transferring guns just because you pulled a trigger too hard. That doesn't suck
that
at all.
don't suck at all. I'm sitting there. Okay, look down sight. Look down. No, look down fucking sight. And I wanted to do single shot.
But that's a trained thing. Like, you're ready to scope in, you pull that trigger. Like, you ain't got time to figure out where it is, what you're doing. Pull the trigger. That's just
I have to
trained
agree
in.
with you. Yeah,
It takes a little bit of get used to.
Yeah,
it does.
But it's a really cool feature.
it's neat.
Oh, never mind. We'll come back to it. And
That's scary.
I say one of my favorite things about it is Celine's movement.
Yeah.
She is a beast. Like, I'm talking like
Oh, she's very quick, very fluid.
I couldn't tell you my first day playing. I couldn't tell you how many ledges I ran off, or I'd run into a pool of water. I'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" And I couldn't stop in time and go
I
right
thought we
into
could
it.
swim too, but apparently no.
Yeah, I have no idea how this game works. So I just ran right into the water. I'm like, ooh, I activated a cutscene.
I guess
Oh, it
alien water is
restarted.
toxic.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. When you first boot up the game, there's no menu. You just thrown in right into
Yeah.
it. And it's the same respawn if you die or if you just quit the game and come back to it.
And come back. Yeah, like as soon as you're like, hey, I feel like playing some Returnal. Here you are, just crashing, landing, crawling out of the ship. There you go.
It's
there it
very
is.
it's very true to the title itself, Returnal.
It's Groundhog's Day.
It is. It's
Well,
just
not
no
exactly.
Bill Murray.
No,
Because-
Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's true. And it's every now and then the beginning cutscene of that crash, there's slight differences every now and then. Celine will see something, or she'll either be outside of the crash ship or she'll be inside the crash ship, and you got to crawl out of the metal sphincter of the side of the ship, which I actually enjoy. It's actually pretty cool.
You would.
So I got to pick it up and actually play it. I told you this. She moves, and the button commands are a lot like
Andromeda.
Mass Effect Andromeda. She has the same jump, same
Yep.
dash,
Mhm.
the
Same
button.
movement speed.
No,
Not entirely. She does take off a lot more and everything.
Because
like
I'm
that.
telling you, her run matches
yeah.
some games' mounted movement speed.
Right. You're right
Like,
about
she
that.
is like-
But the way she felt, like actually, like when you're aiming
in
down
combat,
sight,
yeah,
and
just
she's
moving around and fighting, it feels a lot
Like Mass Effect Andromeda.
Playing Ryder, yeah.
and like I said, the fact that the X button is her jump up with her boost pack,
Yeah.
same as Andromeda. Circle is her dash forward, same as Andromeda. Her melee was the same button as Andromeda. It felt a lot like that.
Melee is so broke. Like it's so, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
one shot lower enemies, like the mid level enemies, or I guess high level enemies. It's like half their health, especially if they have a shield. Because that's why the sword's there. I know you didn't get that far, but
No, I did.
breaks-
I took out one with a shield.
It's
Oh,
an
did you?
insta kill on turrets.
Yes, yeah, and I run around with the shotgun, and I'll fight one of the big wolves. I'll hit him with the sword, and it'll blow up his shield, take him to half health. You just stand there and shoot him with a shotgun a couple times, and I'm like, oh,
That's nice.
convenient. Yeah,
Convenient.
This is nice. I love this.
And I do
Convenient.
like how there's a lot of different alt fires, and it's not just specified to one weapon
Right.
most of the time.
You can get Tracker Swarm on your pistol.
You know what that reminds me of though? Dead Space.
Yeah.
How almost every weapon in Dead Space had a different.
I
Ultimate
don't
Fire.
know if you guys have ever played it, but Metroid Prime on the GameCube. This has so many callbacks. Like
me and
everything.
you were talking about
the
that, yeah.
environment. Like it just takes me straight back to the Chozo ruins. It is in even the map layout, the 3D map layout, and having to get so far to get this item to progress further, to get this item to progress further. You know, that kind of that whole platform.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking of the mapping of the game, it changes a lot. It's like it randomizes the rooms on
every
each,
time
on each
Yep.
initial playthrough.
which it can be cool because sometimes you can walk out of your ship through that first door and find you a chest with a gun in it, like 4-star gun, like, hey, sweet, you know. But then sometimes you come out of that door and you're locked into a room in an arena battle with your pistol. So,
but now what is cool is that all the stuff you can find, like the calibrators for your weapons. As far as I know, when you find a calibrator, it does boost the efficiency of all your weapons in the future. So that is something that stays.
I do need to look. I'm not sure because I thought all that stayed was ether.
Ether?
Yeah, your ether pickup, which I had 3, and he spent them on his last playthrough at that statue.
Yeah. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that good? Bad? None?
Yeah, it's whatever.
Oh, okay.
They just
But,
kind of help you, fix shit.
So I have to say, because of
Whoops.
course Returnal is getting glowing reviews, but I do have to say that
The cons.
The
it
save.
is it's pretty great. Though now I do have to. That is a humongous issue. Is there's no way to like. Okay, say you're in the middle of you've got a good run going. You've got your fully upgraded integrity. You've got your large healing potion that'll heal you to full health. You
got
your,
like 5 parasites on your back that are
Yeah.
hopefully helpful.
Yeah, you know, you got your astronaut figure to bring you back in case you do. Like, you got your good gun with your favorite alt fire, and something comes up and you got to leave. You got to go to work. You're tired. You need to go to bed. You got to get up in the morning. There's no way
To save,
to
your
save and
progress.
quit. There's no way.
None at all.
No,
Like,
no.
none at all.
No, there is
auto
no saving. No
save.
auto save. No nothing.
You can't just leave your PlayStation on?
You can, but
Wouldn't
here's the
recommend it.
thing. If an update rolls through, because it is a relatively new game,
Ooh.
because their actual Housemarque's suggestion was to put your console in rest mode. It would suspend your game. It would suspend your playthrough. But if your console, which most of them are set to auto update in rest mode, boop, there goes your playthrough.
Now-
Almost like
now-
you should be sold a complete game when you buy a game.
Oh, yeah, that too. But
Almost.
I've got something better. How about we make a game with this really, really crazy new feature where you hit a certain point, it automatically saves.
Whoa, let's not get crazy here.
Or you can hit the start button or some options, whatever it is, and you can click save, and it'll do a manual save.
What is this, Pokemon Blue?
I know, man. This is crazy.
It's
not like
a
we
little
haven't-
advanced here.
It's not like we haven't had a save feature since the NES.
Well, as much of an inconvenience as it is, I will say it is something unique about the game.
It
So-
is because each playthrough is. I mean, you pretty much got to give it your best.
You know what this reminds me of? Contra.
Yeah,
You die, you start
you
right
die.
back up.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
remember that Contra code. Get your 30 lives, because 3 ain't going to fucking cut it.
Now, another thing, and you and me talked about this. Now, Japan is very well known for its bullet hell arcade games.
Mhm.
And a lot of the way that
Oh,
these
yeah.
enemies fight and shoot projectiles at you, especially the boss fights, is a bullet hell.
You know, I got that from just that little bit I played.
Yeah, well, you should.
They're
you should-
patterned.
You should fight the boss, man. I'm talking about. There's waves of energy. There's.
Oh, you're
projectiles.
jumping,
Dashing.
dodging.
You're
It's
stuttering
crazy.
patterns.
Dip down,
before-
dip, dive, and dodge.
You can dodge a wrench. You
You
can
can dodge a ball.
bullet hell, yeah. But yeah. So Returnal is definitely one worth checking out. But if you're on the fence between, Returnal and maybe another game, you should definitely go
buying?
with what we're getting ready to talk about now,
What are you buying?
and that is Resident Evil Village.
Well,
And
with that being said, if you don't have a PS5, definitely buy Village because Returnal is a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, Returnal is PS5 only,
Or
but
you're
going to find Resident Evil Village a little bit more enjoyable on the PS5.
Or Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Ah!
Lame. Anyway,
Ugh.
whoa, look. Don't make me send Chris Redfield over there.
Listen, he might be able to punch boulders, but he can't do shit, okay?
You can't crush tanks like a biotic.
He'll
Yeah.
punch your ship out of the sky. Watch him.
He's got to catch it first. He's got to know where it's at first. Stealth systems engaged.
You know how many alien babes I've banged in that series?
A lot.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's
So-
Mass Effect. You'll be doing it too with your character. Yep. Make him look just.
look like her.
Oh, yeah. In a heartbeat.
Nice.
She's going to be
Is
taking
his name going to be
Garrus. It's going to be all
Kyria?
Garrus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Garrus, maybe Thane. I don't know yet. I might take her down the.
It might as well be called Ass Effect.
Yeah, it really should.
These kids and their little child games.
So we creating a game now?
We should.
I'm down.
We're all the voice actors for the character.
Oh my god!
Even the girls.
Oh yeah.
girl
That's all they say.
girl walks up to you. You're expecting this really like she's bumping at you,
Super
big
hot.
ass titties, and all you hear is "Hey," like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Venture, like Venture Bros.
Oh yeah, Dr. Girlfriend.
Yeah, that's in her deep voice.
Isn't it because she was like smoking for like 40 years? That's what she sounds like.
you're just my type.
That right there.
Let me tell you about my nephew.
What are you buying?
What are you buying?
You're just about his age.
Now you sound like fucking Hulk Hogan.
That's horrifying. That is horrifying.
Somebody give this man a contract deal.
So back to topic.
Village, yes.
Yes, Resident Evil Village is it definitely lives up to the hype. Currently myself, I have about 80 hours in it. I have finished all the playthroughs.
So you've beat it a total of what?
I've beat it 6 times.
So that means in Resident Evil 3 remake times, you have had 30 times to beat it since it was only a 4-hour fucking game.
Well, your first playthrough on Village is averaging about that's where you're going through, taking, being cautious around each enemy type, exploring, looking for the files, looking for the collectibles, because there are quite a few. And it's estimated to take you anywhere between 9 to 10 hours, your first playthrough.
I'll be honest, my first playthrough, because the game released on a Friday.
Yes.
I had it beat by Sunday, and that's because I took my time and looked around, explored. I didn't pick up everything, but I had a fairly amazing experience playing the game.
I went to bed Thursday at 10 p.m., woke up Friday morning of the day it came out at 4 a.m. and played it all day until I beat it. Played it all day till I beat it. I couldn't put it down.
It was hard to put down, yeah.
It was tough, because I was going into it with kind of like, I loved Resident Evil 7, so I was like, okay, cool. And then once I saw just how much tribute it paid to Resident Evil 4, I was like,
because there's a lot.
there's so much. I mean, it's
briefcase
literally like I
system.
told you, like they took Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 4, put them in a blender and pushed on, and this is what came out, and it is beautiful. And there are so many, because that was the one thing about Resident Evil 7 that bothered me, is because how disconnected it felt only in Resident Evil, only in the title alone, except for, Chris showing up at the end.
Weird
That
Chris.
kind of weird Chris, who is gone.
Thank God.
Who is gone. So this ties Ethan, Mia, all of that in to
Into the main storyline?
ties it all together, all the way back to the original Resident Evil in an awesome way you're going to love. So it is definitely great. There are so many weapons. The return of the briefcase system, because Resident Evil 7 annoyed having to find the backpacks to carry 4 more items.
Not wrong.
So now you've got your briefcase, and
you can manage how you put everything. That was the beautiful part of Resident Evil 4. I was able to carry.
Sorry, you don't have room for that. Oh yeah, well,
let me just
now
turn this
I
to
do.
the side.
Tetris master, motherfucker.
Yes. I carried the infinite rocket launcher with me everywhere I went.
And
I played 4 like it was going out.
Oh no, I did too, man.
It's really cool. There's actually one of the Easter eggs I want to talk to you, other than the "What are you buying?"
What are you buying?
Which is super cool. Like the merchant, the Duke, is based heavily off of the original merchant from Resident Evil 4, and he even does that nice little self-aware throwback to the original merchant.
Yeah. It's
What are you buying? Oh, that's just something a friend of mine used to say. That's
Now,
so
one
cool.
of the newer functions on when you go talk to the Duke, other than buying consumables, buying weapons, upgrades, attachments, is food.
The cooking system.
There's
yes.
a cooking system. There are actual recipes, and
Resident Evil Village, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Oh.
So much like in the, in 4 where you could like find chickens, kill them, and get eggs.
Get the eggs.
You can actually get meat from different animals. Give them to the Duke, and he'll actually cook something up, and it'll actually give you like a buffer boost.
Yeah, a
Resident
permanent boost.
Evil Pokemon Camp.
It's kind of like how 7 had the injector system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you
Steroids.
steroids.
So
and
let's just call this what it is. This is Resident Evil 4. I'm sorry. It weighs too heavily on 4.
Well, I'm still
cooking
waiting on the
system?
remaster.
The cooking system, how you can kill animals and actually bring it to them, which you
So-
could do in 4. The
Was there
briefcase.
cooking in 4?
There's no
No.
cooking, but you could
You-
get like
You
eggs
could get eggs. That's
And
And
the
sell-
fish.
and sell them as collectibles to the merchants.
So this one will have, like, if you kill a pig, you'll get meat. If you kill a chicken, you'll get poultry. If you kill a fish, you'll get fish.
yeah.
And it has rare. You'll find key like pictures of rare animals that you can go find to get rare meat to create rare dishes.
Rare
And they give you
meat.
permanent upgrades to your stats, like your health, your damage taken when blocking, because blocking, of course, returns.
Yeah, because Ethan.
Yeah.
The only man to block.
Yeah, he blocked the chainsaw.
That's
He
somehow.
blocked the chainsaw.
Somehow.
The magic.
Leon never even mastered that.
No.
The magic green juice.
Magic green juice. Yep.
Tears off his hand.
Staples
Oh.
it back on. I guess it works now.
Oh, by the way, and I know this is not really a spoiler, but anybody who's on the internet has seen this, where she like sucks his hand, tears it off, and sucks his hand or whatever.
Well, she doesn't tear it off. She
Something.
She cuts it
yeah.
open and then licks it and sucks on it.
So modders have already got a hold of it, and there's a porn mod.
Oh, you knew
Of
that was
course.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, there's a jiggle physics mod for her, assets.
Yeah, literally assets.
Can there be a mod where Ethan's just like, help, Leon! Every time he gets hit, that would be hilarious.
No, but there is the fly swatter mod.
Yeah.
Yes, Lady Damascus is Bay now.
What
apparently.
did you call her?
Isn't it Lady Damascus? How do you say it?
Dimitrescu.
Demetresk.
Oh, Demis. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is gonna be worse than Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Thick boy.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Just call her Lady D.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Lady D.
'Cause that's all she be getting.
Them D.
So one of the things where I was just going to have to see how it went when I got there was because Resident Evil's gone through a lot of identity crises. Like it came, when it came out, it was zombies.
Strictly horror.
Right.
Strictly
And
horror
it was,
survivor.
and then 4 is what opened that door to be something else. They got rid of the tank controls. They brought in the
over the shoulder.
shoulder camera. And it became not so much about how cautious you are as how much ammo you're carrying.
It's more of an adventure shooter.
More
than
of
Yes,
it,
that's
yes.
it was more of a horror adventure game.
The worst that it ever went to was in 6.
6 was straight up, let's just be honest, an adventure game. Now, some people hate 6. I didn't mind.
I
like
like 6. I loved Grown Up Sherry and I loved Jake Wesker. I love their characters. I love their story. I love the combination of the two. I think it was great.
And I
hope
love
to see
how-
them again in the future.
I love how, not just that, I loved how when you picked on each person, like if you picked Chris, you were dealing with Ouroboros Las Plagas.
Mm-hmm.
If you picked on Leon, you had zombies.
Yep.
And then if you picked on Jake, I can't remember what he had, but he had the new stuff, and he was
Yeah.
dealing with that.
And
So-
if you picked on Ada, you were going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
Her missions
literally.
are always fucking hard.
Yeah, fucking Ada.
And then 7 finally took the game back to its roots.
But with a first-person view.
Yes, and which made all like I can't believe I enjoyed it as much as I did, and I enjoyed it even more in Village. Like it's just, and the werewolves. Like let me tell you something. On Village of Shadows, the hardest difficulty, it increases the enemy speed,
Oh, no.
so they're already pretty quick. On Village, those dudes are just on you, like dashing out of the way. And even the lowest like Lycan enemy can kill you outright if your stats aren't upgraded or you don't block. It was super fun.
Let me ask you this. This is now the second game that we've gotten with Ethan.
Mhm.
And the second game in the franchise that's actually continuing the franchise.
It will be a trilogy. 9 will be connected to 7 and 8.
But do you think
Mhm.
the first person is here to stay?
No.
You think they finally will go back to the over-the-shoulder third person?
Well, actually, I don't know. See, because I kind of heard you said that it was already out. I heard that it's coming in the process of coming out. Is a first-person Resident Evil in VR. Resident Evil 4, sorry. First-person Resident Evil 4 in VR.
I think that already came out because I think I've already seen like gameplay, or maybe
Is that already
or maybe
out?
I already saw the commercial for it. Yeah, it is
So-
going to be Resident Evil VR. They did change the mechanics so that it would work for in VR because, as you guys remember, most of the time, and the games you just stand there, aim, look around, move, aim, look around, shoot, look around. Obviously, that's not going to work when you can't see what's behind you.
Right.
Well, 5 did a good job with that.
Well, for VR, they did.
oh, yeah, for VR. I'm
for
sorry.
VR,
I'm sorry.
they said they were going to change like the speeds and the way enemies attack you, so that it's not like how it would be normally, because it would be unfair.
We are VR.
Yeah, VR Trooper.
Yeah.
But I would still very much
JonTron.
would love to see a remaster of 4, much like it was done with 2 and 3.
I at this point in the game, I'm gonna say 9 will be first person most likely, but if they were to remaster 4 or 5, I don't see them doing it in first person, and if they continue on after 9, it's anybody's guess from there what they'll do. But
I don't know.
I
how
don't
it
mind
felt.
the first person.
I don't either, but like you said, if this is 9 is the continuation of the trilogy, I would assume that if they go back to, say, I don't know, having Leon as the main protagonist again, or somebody else, or even somebody new, maybe they would return back to the over-the-shoulder third-person shooter.
So you're thinking this is maybe just an Ethan thing?
Probably.
I'm thinking for the trilogy,
This trilogy, yeah.
of this segment of Resident Evil, they'll keep it first person and then change it back up because Capcom's really fucking good
because
about that.
look at how good Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes did. And they weren't first person, and they did phenomenally well.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
So
But that makes me wonder why they kept the first. This is why I say, is it an Ethan thing?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking when 9 comes out, which is supposed to be the final part in the Winters trilogy, Ethan Winters trilogy, I feel 9 will be first person, and then I think they'll go back to.
Will we get a new character? Or will we get recycled back to
You
Leon?
most likely get a new character.
Okay,
Just bring back Rebecca. Yeah,
You
Rebecca.
you and your damn Rebecca. I
Love
swear to
Rebecca.
God.
Helena Harper or Sheva.
I will.
I
will say.
I did like.
I miss
Sheva.
Sheva. I miss me some Sheva.
Obviously they'll hopefully bring him back. When they bring back Leon,
Mhm.
I want him to be the Leon that we saw in Vendetta, the tired, angry,
Over it. Yeah,
Over
he's
it,
like,
Leon.
not my fucking job.
literally Chris and Rebecca's like,
Go
Leon.
get Chris or Jill. I'm done.
Well,
Chris was literally like, Leon, we need you. The world needs you. I'm on vacation. Fuck off.
Squidward needs you.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. The one thing that I feel like in Leon's defense with that is Leon, I don't think really ever signed on to fight bioterrorism, whereas
Yeah,
Chris was gun fucking ho.
Oh yeah.
Like
Leon was a cop, and then he worked for the Secret Service, and now he has to deal with all this other bullshit.
And it's like I explained to
His
you.
rookie day, his first day on the job.
Yeah, he
It
just
was so
walked
green.
right into it. That like I was explaining to you, is this one also it sets up to continue the trilogy, but it also sets up for something else, which I'm really hoping that we see, and I'm really hoping it's not another Resident Evil multiplayer versus multiplayer game.
It will be $5.
because it sets. I don't even know what Chris's team is called, but they are awesome.
Oh yeah, you told me about
His
this.
little SEALs.
Yeah.
It's like his bioterrorism SEAL team that he leads as Alpha, and it sets them up to square off against the BSAA.
And if that's the case, Jill and Barry Burton.
As far as I know, are still with the. Is Barry still alive? He is
Yes,
still alive.
yes, because
He
Resident
survived
Evil.
Revelations.
Revelations 2, yeah.
I couldn't remember if he
everybody
survived
didn't
or
know
not.
what happened to Barry until Resident Evil Revelations 2,
Right,
because we thought he died on. Well,
because his
there was
daughter's
multiple.
with Claire.
Right, because there were multiple endings to the original first Resident Evil,
Yes.
where you could save whoever you didn't pick, Barry and Rebecca, or you could kill off Barry, save everybody else, or you could save yourself. They never really said which was the canonical ending until Barry showed up. Then we know the right ending
Of
is
course, to save
everybody
everybody.
saves.
Yeah.
Save everybody.
Now, what you said about Versus, let's be honest, that's not the worst installment, lest we forget Operation Raccoon City.
I know I see what you're saying, but I think what he's trying to say is,
We don't
Will-
want that.
no, we definitely don't want that.
No.
But this will be the first time, besides 5, where Jill was taken over by Wesker's little spider on her chest, that they will be on opposite sides of the team.
And Chris, man, I don't listen.
Oh, it's Resident Evil Civil War.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not just. I love that they went back to his model from 5 and just aged him. That's awesome. But dude, I'm telling you, he is at his best. He's at the top of it. He's a bad dude. So I don't even know. I mean, I know Jill's kind of like the Black Widow of the Resident Evil universe.
She
but,
is.
I mean, what is she gonna do against the boulder punching Hulk? You know, like.
I mean, you're not wrong. And you know, I remember when 5 came out, and they gave them so much hell for making him look the way he did, and they answered that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They said,
Oh my God.
yeah, get over it. They said, hey, if you win a match with him, he literally says, I would have been stupid not to get beefy to fight bioterrorism.
I'll just go juggles.
You want to? I'll juggle you.
How we doing on time?
We're past.
27. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're
let's,
not really past.
let's go ahead and finish off with.
Resident Evil, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, let's go ahead and finish off with Resident Evil, and we'll go into our,
Honorable mentions.
honorable mentions, which is what we don't really know much about these games because they haven't released yet, but
We just want to make you aware of them.
and we're very interested in them. So
Yes.
we'll start off with Biomutant, which releases this month on the 25th.
It actually releases because this
It
game has
comes
been
out
or been-
May 25th.
so it's
comes
actually getting released because this was
Yep.
teased.
Tuesday? Next Tuesday? What's today's date? That's why I looked at you.
The
Oh.
Yes.
16th.
2
Today's
weeks.
16th.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So if that's the case, then that means they're finally releasing it because it was actually teased 2
Like
years
last-
ago.
2 years ago, yes. That's right.
So we're still struggling to understand a lot about it. Like, how do you create your little critter?
I did see a video where you could see the different classes, which if you don't pre-order the game, you don't get an extra class. I can't remember what the name of it is, but with that extra,
Samurai.
basically, yeah, it's a samurai. You get a katana and a wakizashi sword.
Jin Sakai, if he was a raccoon.
Yeah, Raccoon Sakai.
Yes.
Let me go. Pet
Can I
puppies.
be a possum with a giant gun?
Well, there's the thing. Not only were there different classes, but I did see that there was a size scaling, mechanic. You can actually make them look more like a tank or just a little furry, critter.
So you can make them bigger?
Just
Yeah,
go
you-
full Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
What about if I want to parry the platypus, huh?
What if
Why?
I want to be Sly Cooper?
Yeah,
Why?
Sucker Punch, bring the games back. But yes, and we did see that there were other creatures that were also off color, so there's got to be some kind of color palette.
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah. It looks really good though. Like this open world.
Steampunk, furry.
Yeah, like it's so hard to
say
explain.
furry.
Furry.
Yeah, there's furries.
We're gonna get a mass following now. Thank you, we're rich.
Yes.
Thank you, we're rich. So another game here we want to touch on real quick. And even less is known about this, not because we just don't know anything about it, but because there's just not a whole lot out about it yet. Even though it is supposed to be coming out this year, 2021, and that is Demon Slayer the game. You ready?
Try to say it. Try.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Hino Kami Keputan. And it looks, I hope I said that right.
You did.
I didn't.
You did.
Anyway, this game, like if you're a Demon Slayer fan, which everybody knows at this point that I am a Demon Slayer addict.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask me who my favorite is.
So Rengoku
Hey,
replaced Gyu?
Josh.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find a new favorite.
I still have
No, it's too soon.
I still have mad loves for Gyu, but yes, that was
The
bad.
way he looked at you.
Too soon. So the Demon Slayer game, one more time, Hino Kami Keputan, is what is it? Naruto? What do you compare it to?
Okay,
Naruto.
so the fighting mechanics that everybody shut the fuck up. I'm getting tired of this shit. Anyway, so yeah, the movement, the 3-dimensional movement, it's not going to be side by side like
Right.
say Dragon Ball Z, fighters or anything like
Will
that.
at least be comparable to the open arena Dragon Balls, like where you can,
Like Xenoverse?
yeah,
Yeah,
how
three-
you
three-dimensional
move around
fighting,
the
yeah.
arena. Yeah, okay,
Okay, so a lot of that was...
but it'll be tag in, tag out like his Marvel vs. Capcom thing, won't
as I was saying,
it?
Careful, you might interrupt this train of thought.
Oh,
the Naruto Ninja Storm games revolves a lot around those kind of mechanics because you had a team that you could swap out at any time to fight in the 3-dimensional movement, and each one of them had a special ability that you would like build up. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to be with their sword techniques, like
right, yeah. I did see
Breathing
the.
So, yes.
techniques.
Okay,
Mm,
thank you for answering my question. I appreciate
I have spoken.
I don't know. God forbid we laugh.
it. So, so it does have
Just don't laugh
the
into your
2v2
speaker.
versus where you pick two characters, your opponent picks two
Ha!
characters, online, offline. Looks really awesome. The versus roster. I mean, I saw Rue, I saw the Spider Father, I saw pretty much even down to Sabito and Mokomo, the Ghost Children.
So pretty much
of
all
course,
the major and side
Rengoku.
characters.
The demon chick that threw the balls
To the
with the 6
ball.
arms. Yeah, the boy. I can't even remember his name.
The one that could see where they were at. by their
The one that had
footsteps.
the special sight.
The boy.
The boy. That's what we're calling boy. So, but the really cool thing about this game that I'm excited for the most is the fact that it has a single player mode that allows you to play through the entire first season.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes. I'm super excited to play through. I mean, it's going to be cool to throw down and whip people's asses with my dream team of Gyu and Rengoku. OP.
Is that fair?
See, I'm actually really liking this kind of slight surge in anime games, fighting games that are way more linear to the story versus just throwing a bunch of characters.
Oh, so
in.
you're a Jump Force fan, huh?
I said linear to the story.
Who was your favorite guy? Seto Kaiba?
That's him.
Actually, it was Roronoa or Zoro. Dude can fight with 3 swords.
That's
Anyway, because like I said, we saw this in the Naruto Ninja Storm games. We actually saw this in My Hero Academia, the fighting game. Again, it was a little 3-dimensional arena fighting game that was linear to the story. The first game had like the first season up until where he was training with Gran Torino and all that stuff, and the Nobu attacked the city. And now they've released the second game.
I really hope
So,
that it's going to be.
like every Dragon Ball Z fighting game since then.
Well, those were side by side, weren't they?
No.
Up until Xenoverse.
No.
No, Budokai was open world. Like you could punch through mountains and fly around to them.
Every since what was it? since the PlayStation 2 ones. After they
Yeah,
went to
Budokai.
PlayStation 3, everything has been all open map. You can basically run all the way around the damn 3D world.
We need more awesome anime games anyway. You know
Well,
what I'm
just
saying?
glad that it's not just Dragon Ball Z now. But at the same
Yes.
time, with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, basically just redoing the same thing, only with the complete. Well, not complete. How far up does that go?
the what? The
I'm-
story?
I'm looking at you because you played it.
What, Kakarot?
He never played Kakarot.
He played Kakarot.
I started.
I
it.
destroyed
caught up
Kakarot.
to,
Kakarot goes all the way up to Boo.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
it's the
'cause-
Z saga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
that's why
Z.
it's called Z.
Yeah.
Dragon
And
Ball
then
Z.
The Gundam games are the same thing.
The Gundam games?
Yeah.
The Dynasty Warrior Gundam games, that you have a full map that you have to fight through.
But there wasn't like a linear storyline to the end.
Yeah, you could literally go through every single Gundam, but depending on which Dynasty Warrior you were playing, but basically you go through every single Dynasty or Gundam series, play the main events.
And that's what I'm talking about. I just like to see a broader range of these titles in video game format that
Oh,
are
yeah.
that are linear to the original, storyline of the show.
It would be nice to have more games where you play as the main character in the story you've been watching.
Right. Like Attack on Titan 2, Final Battle. I don't know if you ever played that game.
I had heard it was
You still
less than
create
par.
your own character,
right.
but you play through the story.
The campaign,
Like, from
yeah,
the beginning. You're
from the
there with the
anime.
kids.
But I was told that it was less than par, so I didn't.
I don't know,
really
man. It's kind of
go
cool
up
zipping
for it.
around.
That's
zipping
kind of
around
like
that field.
One Piece. One Piece also had a string of video games that were based on the storyline, but
Mhm.
it wasn't really that great.
It's One Piece. It just needs to die.
Just like Dragon Ball.
Mm.
No.
Just like
No, Dragon Ball lives forever.
Death to Kakarot.
I'll agree with that. Death to Kakarot. Yes, please.
But I believe that's gonna wrap up our games. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.